Sippers Unscripted is back for another episode, and this time we're finishing up Married at First Sight. What a crazy season! What a short season, but I'm glad that it's over. But it was a pretty decent season compared to when it was on Lifetime, and they kind of like drug it out a little bit. They moved to a whole new platform, which is Peacock, and it made it a little bit better. It was a little bit shorter, a little bit more condensed. They focused a little bit more on maybe the couples, and they got rid of all the fluff. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, I feel like they was it even a month?
It was like a month
Maybe a month and
long.
a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a month long,
Yeah.
and I like that they dropped like, 3, 4 episodes at a time, and then they did 2 and 2 or something like that. But
Right.
I like the new format of it. It's easy to binge watch.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I still prefer them to drop all the episodes at once so I could binge watch it
Well,
in
you
just a few.
also don't watch it the normal
I
way. And I
do.
actually watched him in, I know you don't.
I
I
went back and
watched you in
watched it. I
action.
promise. I did. I
What he
did.
does, what he does, community, is he goes through and he fast forwards to parts that he thinks is gonna be juicy, and he fast forwards some more. So like I'm watching the whole thing, and you're like fast forwarding through everything, and I'm just thinking to myself like, that's why you don't really enjoy a lot of shows probably because you have a fast forward fetish.
Are you judging me?
Maybe
That's
a
crazy.
little bit,
It be your own people. It be your own people.
a little bit, a little bit.
But I mean, I to be honest with you, I did fast forward, yes, but I also went back and watched some of these episodes 3 to 4 times before the podcast. Because if you remember, sister, I did tell you I went back and watched it, and I brought up some different details that even you didn't even see in your first run. And you was like, "Well, how'd you know that?" And I was like, "Bingo!" I went back and watched it again. So I do be giving
Okay.
it a second and third run after I try to seek through what the toxic is and
Yeah,
where
you want to
the
go to the toxic
misery. Yeah.
immediately.
I'm not watching. It's no fairy tale. Listen, it's not a secret. I do not watch these shows to see a fairy tale happy romance. That's just not me. I want to see the
I
drama.
do. I like to
No,
see. I like to see love,
then
love.
go watch Disney or something. Okay, go watch Disney
No,
movies. All right.
no.
But yeah, I'm not
All right.
watching it for that.
First couple.
First couple is going
First
to be
couple.
Josh and Jalen, and they did stay married. We found out on the
Mm-hmm.
decision day they did stay married. So
And I thought they was gonna make it. Like
mhm.
I thought that they settled their differences.
Right. What do you think
He
they
was
should have
over
said
the
yes on decision day?
based off of everything that happened. Yeah, I do think they
Okay.
should have said yes on decision day.
I agree.
I think the shocker with them was, well, let's just go back.
Hmm.
And I hope I don't get ate up in the comments for this. But on the very first episode when I was watching, I think I was watching before you, and I said, I see a red flag already.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think Josh was on the show for the right reason. I don't think he was looking for a wife. I
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, I can see how you saw that because that was kind of one of the first things that I saw as well. But as the show progressed, and even though we know how it ended with the reunion and stuff like that, that
Hmm.
probably still is a possibility as well because Jalen
And Josh
is,
lied a couple times.
yeah, yeah,
Josh lied and said that he didn't talk to his exes and stuff. And then it came out that he really did, and Jalen was mad.
rightfully so.
And at first, remember I said I thought that Jalen was a pick me girl. But in hindsight, now that I've had time to think about it, I don't think she was a pick me girl. I do think that Josh was a liar.
Mm,
He said what he wanted, but what he said he wanted wasn't actually what he wanted. So, okay, on the decision day, they both say yes. It was forecasted. You could see that, right?
right.
We knew they were gonna say yeah. They were the couple that, love, doing all the things, whatever. But the part that got me, let's fast forward to the reunion, was how she said she went to the little festival with him.
Mm,
She went and played with sharks with this man. She did a lot of things that were outside of her wheelhouse. And you
right.
know what that man sat up there and said? I was flabbergasted. He said she was not adventurous enough for him. You want this woman to slice her wrist? Like, what kind of adventure could you possibly want?
Yeah.
I think he was lying. I think he just did not want her.
I think,
He lied the whole season.
I mean, Josh was kind of like a roller coaster. He was kind of like up and down. Sometimes he picked fights and sometimes he didn't. But Jalen was kind of strong throughout the whole season, and then maybe at the end she kind of like caved because she was 10 toes down on not going to no, what was
Mm-hmm.
it, Running Man concert and living
Mm-hmm.
outside for about
Burning
ten
Man,
days.
Running Man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he focused on that the whole season. Oh, you're not going to go to the show with me? It's my passion. I really want you to go. Like I wanted to meet a wife so I can go out there with her and stuff like that. And she kept saying no, but we found out that eventually she did say yes, and she
Yep.
spent time out there in the tent for about 10 days. She went swimming with the sharks and stuff like that. All the things that she said that she would not do, she actually
She did it.
compromised. Yeah, she compromised with Josh and did it. Like she caved, which is, I mean,
I I just don't understand. And he was so mean and cold-hearted with it. Like even
right.
the look on his face. Like I think he knew going into the reunion that he was about to get trashed. Like I don't
Mm,
know what comment you could possibly have to explain his actions. Like he like and then like he basically had another girl already by the time the reunion happened. Now granted, by the time the reunion happens, it's like over a year from when it actually happened. But
right.
for me, it's like the whole principle. You can't just wake up one morning and then she was like he broke up with her on vacation. Like, what kind of heartless human being does that? Oh, I don't love you no more. I can't be with you. Like you all of a sudden realized on vacation, what, did she not want to jump out of a plane without a parachute? So now you don't love her no more? That's crazy to
Yeah.
me.
I think they was the biggest shock of the reunion and the biggest shock of
Mhm.
decision day. I mean, we got past them saying yes to each other because they obviously worked out some of their differences. But when it came to the reunion show, we found out that they broke up. And who broke up with who was like, it was, your mouth just drops because we didn't expect Josh would be the person to break up with
Mhm.
Jalen. We thought it would be the other way around. But Josh is kind of
Right.
heartless. He broke up with the girl even though she was compromising with him a little bit. But what we don't know
Mhm.
is, did she only compromise because she felt that she was going to get dumped or get a divorce or something like that? Maybe that's why she swam the sharks and started to be more adventurous because she
I
was like, I'm not doing it.
mean,
Like, that's just
you
the way
can
she
threaten to
was.
leave me all you want to. I ain't getting in no ocean with no sharks.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. Bye, boy. Miss me. See you later.
Yeah, that was a bit extreme. So I mean, I was against him dumping her for that because he was like, "Oh, she's not adventurous." Like, bro,
Yeah.
she went to your concert that you begged her to go to, which is, the concert
Yep.
looked kind of shaky to me as well, but whatever.
I would have never.
And she swam with sharks in the ocean. All the things that she did not want to do, she did not express
Mm-hmm.
or willingness to want to do any of that, not even like one time. And then you got her to change her mind, and you still dump her, and then you go on a reunion show and you're already dating someone for like months and months and months. Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Straight sucking faces and all everything. You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
crazy. That's crazy. So moving on to our next couple, which was one of my favorite couples in the very beginning, because they was very, very drama and toxic, right? So Will and Brittany, they both said yes on
They shouldn't
decision
have
day.
though.
But let's revisit how it happened on decision day with those two because
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of crazy, right? So leading up to decision day, they was ready to, I guess, maybe go on this. It was like the morning of, or maybe the night before,
Yeah.
and Will,
It was the morning of she was getting her makeup done and
yeah,
Will called her to let her know he was gonna say no.
right,
So like for
which
me,
is wild.
I would have never even went to decision day. This would have been one where I would not have sat on nobody's couch. Bro, you said what you wanted. You don't want to be married. I'm not coming on here to beg you to be nothing. You hear
Right.
me? Nothing. And then they get to decision day and somehow all the emotions get to him and he is kind of like a, I'm not calling him soft, but he's like more of a people, in my opinion, kind of like a people pleaser a little bit when
Mm.
he's like in a bind. So I felt like he said yes because he felt like he had to. I don't think he wanted to go back and change his mind.
Well, not only
Because look how
that,
quick
he got up and walked out and had to
he said he
decide
needed to think
some
about
fresh
it.
air.
Yeah.
That
Let
would
me
have
tell you
been number
something.
two, strike number two. If I decided, like, the first strike was you calling me talking about you gonna say no, strike, and then again you come and sit next to me and you talking about you need some air in order to think about it. I would have told your ass to stay your ass outside and be gone because you wouldn't have been able to come
Right.
back in there and be like yes or no or
Mhm.
I thought about it. There's nothing to think about, sister. It's
Right.
strike two.
That's
You don't
it.
get a
That's
third
it.
one.
Like,
You
so
lucky
he
I'm
should have never said
entertaining you
yeah.
when you come
But not
here.
only that, he should have never said yeah.
Right,
She should have never said yeah because she shouldn't have wanted to be with someone who wasn't 10 toes down on wanting to be with her.
right,
Right? You don't get married to someone that think they might like you enough to stay married. Like,
right.
what?
And she
I
said
would
yes first,
never.
right? And then they went to him, or I
She
can't
said
remember.
yes first, and then she quote unquote pleaded her case, which I thought was like wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Um,
It was
and
unfortunate that
then
she been pleading like the whole season
the
though.
whole
Like she
season,
was
yeah,
begging this man to like her and to love her and to like be emotionally attached to her. She was begging the whole time, and unfortunately, I mean, we've seen these cases before. Granted, with both men and women, not just. I'm not attacking women, please. I'm not attacking y'all.
right.
I come in peace, but we
But
we've seen it happen.
then Yeah, but then they get to the reunion just to come find out shortly after they left Decision Day, he went on a vacation without her. And when he came back, he was 10 toes down, like, I'm leaving. And I don't
Right,
know who advised him, but he should smack them. You don't ever come to a woman and just be blatantly cold if you genuinely care about their feelings. So
right.
whoever told him to do that, I felt like was wrong. I understood why he did it,
Well, he went
right?
to work
He
though.
did it.
I think he went to work. He went
No.
on vacation.
Mm-mm. He went on some 10-day trip because he needed to, but she said because she didn't hear from him the entire time he was on this trip,
Right,
she pretty much knew when he came home what it was, right? You
right,
don't talk to me for a whole week after you decided to stay married, and then when you get back, you say, "No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm getting my stuff," and you just bounce. That's that. But like he did it so that he wouldn't fall back into it emotionally and have to see her cry. Like
right.
he was just like, "Let me get my stuff and get up out of here." Right?
Yeah.
Just for him to get to the reunion show to apologize and say that he was wrong how he handled it. So he did man up. He was wrong how he handled it.
Mm.
But in my opinion, he missed a good one. Like, yeah, Brittany probably had to go to therapy and a whole bunch of
You
other
seen
stuff.
those
But
pictures lately? Oh my god.
yeah, well, you know what? He probably looking at her like, dang, I messed that up.
Yeah, I think he might have fumbled her a little bit. I mean, granted, they both had their issues, but they probably both should have went to therapy or whatever. But overall, I just don't think that he liked her even from jump because
Yeah.
yeah, even from the jump, she did confirm the mishap on somebody podcast. I think 80s podcast about what happened to them the first night. So
What
you,
happened?
it was what we thought it was. He kind of like, he didn't pull out. He didn't pull out.
It was exactly what I said.
And it
Yeah,
got weird
so
after that a little bit. But the only part about that is that she said it happens with every relationship that she's been in. So does she just like jump into that? Like,
maybe. I mean, I don't, we ain't in the room, so we don't know. Can't jump to no conclusions about that,
I
bro.
can because that's what she said. But that's okay. That's okay. She might need to like okay, but
Well,
whatever.
that's probably why she went to therapy.
I hope so. But she looks nice. I like the reunion. I
She
follow her
does. She's very pretty.
on her
I'm sure you
Instagram.
do follow
I follow.
her. I'm
I
sure
be
you do.
liking those. But mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. You like them
I have
pictures.
to check out Austin,
Maybe
Texas.
I'll go follow Will with his crazy self.
For what?
I told you, yo, Will, like at the end of the day, he's not a bad looking guy. He's attractive.
But does he like women though? That's the question. See, that's the question. And we talked about that on
Well,
previous
well,
episodes.
from that time he had on that lingerie shirt,
Is
I
that
mean,
acceptable for
I was
you?
like, oh, I wouldn't date anyone that wore that, but but I don't have to worry about that because I am married, so I don't have to worry about dating anyone with a lingerie
Of
shirt.
course, of course. I'm
I
just
know
saying.
this guy that lives here would not be putting on nobody's lingerie shirt. If he saw it, he would be like, "Yo, what in the world are you watching?"
Yeah. So on decision day, I mean on the reunion, we found out that they actually separated like very closely after decision day. Will packed his shit and he just left the apartment. Of course, she was still begging. She was still begging him,
hmm
unfortunately, but it sounds like
I don't
she
know if she was really begging. It seems like to me, rather than have her beg, she wanted closure. It seemed like
right,
because it seemed like she said she knew going in that she just wanted to talk about it and then let him go, but he wouldn't even talk to her about it.
right.
That's what it sounded like.
It makes
And
sense.
then they get to the whole I guess they had like some type of cookout thing,
Mm,
and they were the two that weren't sitting together, and that's pretty much how they broke it to the rest of the couples that they were done. So they were the first ones done, right?
right. It made
So
sense.
who's
But it
next?
looks like she went to therapy and she got herself looking good, looking great. So shout out to Brittany on
Hopefully
that
she's
one.
mentally okay too.
Yeah, hopefully so. We'll see. Next couple we got Derek and Megan. They was expecting. They both said yes on decision day. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was decision day. They actually revealed to the experts that they was expecting at the
Yes.
time. Nobody knew. The
Mm-hmm.
experts didn't even know at that moment. So they both said yes. So which was what we kind of maybe expected that they was going to do.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah. What do you think about that?
I what happened? I just think that what happened with them was unfortunate, and
That didn't
as
happen on
much as he
decision day
want,
though. Stick with decision
no,
day.
it didn't happen. It on decision day, I just knew they was getting married. I feel like neither one of them wanted to be single parents, so they was gonna
Mm,
say yeah, regardless of whether it was you, if the baby wasn't involved, right? If there was no baby, I think Derek would have said no.
you think so?
Hmm.
I told you.
Because she fell for him first.
Right. Right.
She fell for him first. Like he was like safety for her. But like what he didn't like, and I think that a little bit of it also tells me that he also, I think he thought that she was a mean girl at heart. And like,
Mm-hmm.
granted, I do think he could be mean too. I think he's a very reactionary person. So like, you give me attitude, I'm gonna give you attitude back
Right.
type of person. But like, she was flying off the handles over nothing a lot. Well, let me not say nothing. She
Mm,
was flying off the handles a lot, and her reaction to things, I was just like, okay, what are we, three?
right.
Like, I felt like on decision day he would have said no. And the simple fact of he was very transparent how he wanted three kids or whatever. But like any parent out here, any man or woman can say they want three kids until they have one and figure out what it is. And then sometimes people change their mind. So I think he was putting a lot of undue pressure on her as
Right.
well, which is probably why they wasn't wrapping it up and ended up pregnant in the first place.
I can't say undue pressure. I think he was trying to trap the girl because he was clearly wanting to have a baby on day one. She said she wanted a baby maybe a couple years down the line. He was like, no, within the next couple months, which was a lot of pressure to put on a
Well, they were
female.
both older. I think they was in their late 30s. And for a
Right.
woman, your time clock clicks. Like it tick 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 tick. You got to do what you got to do.
Right, which
Cuz a
is
woman's
fine.
reproductive
Yeah, she was
system,
like 30. They both about 37, 38, which was fine, but she still was on the maybe I need to know who the hell I'm having a baby with first before we have a
yeah.
baby, and he didn't seem to
Well,
care.
now she know.
Yeah, he didn't
Now
seem
she
to
know.
care. So, fast forward into the reunion of these two individuals. Unfortunately, she did have a miscarriage. Pretty normal, but I can't really speak on that. I'm a dude, but it's a very unfortunate situation with them. And we found out that they actually broke up shortly after it was
Mhm.
revealed that she had a miscarriage. And
Right.
yeah, and then we found out that Derek is actually in a 7 month relationship, which to
Yeah,
me
he
kind of
jumped
seems kind
ship
of
quick.
quick. Seems kind of quick.
Well, I also don't know what kind of arguments they had,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, her reaction, and then imagine her reaction after having a miscarriage to everything, being super sensitive. Like, I can't say it's a right or wrong thing, but him being in a relationship is kind of fishy. 7 months already,
It's
and it
it's only
seems like
fishy
it's
with
kind of
me
serious.
is because you went on the Married at First Sight show, you married this chick, and you claimed to love her, and then you had was going to have a baby with her, and then she has a miscarriage, like, and then you kind of break up. For me, it would have been kind of hard to distance myself so quickly from a situation like
Mm-hmm.
that when a child was probably involved, and like, she's going through some sort of emotions, right? Like, dude, do you just don't care? Like, you just move out of the
Right.
house that quick and just be like, you just leave her to fend for herself after you claim to love her and you was doing the do. But I'm like, that's a bit much. So, but I think we both can acknowledge that we felt that he didn't really love her the same way that she loved him because
Yeah,
she said it
yeah.
first
I
and he
do
was like,
think he
yeah,
loved her. I think he loved her, but I think his love was conditional upon a baby. And once the baby was wiped out of the
that is
equation,
crazy.
once the baby was wiped out of the equation, he had to really think back. Okay, I fell in love with her when I found out she was pregnant, but did I really love her?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you
So,
kind of see those situations every day to where
yeah.
people have
Mhm.
babies and they think that they're supposed to stay together, and then when they don't have a baby,
Right.
they be out. But he,
You got people who will stay in a relationship just because they got a kid
right,
together,
right, 100%,
which is not, yeah.
right,
Like you still gotta be happy with life, and
right.
yeah, no.
But yeah, he was trying to trap
Okay.
her, and he was unsuccessfully, and that's a sad situation. But
And she's not dating, and she also,
she's probably
I
still
don't think they said she
healing.
was dating. Yeah,
She's probably still
100%.
healing probably after that because, like I said, that could be very traumatic. I expect for women to go through that, but you know, Derek was an asshole.
Right.
That's an asshole move.
Yeah.
He didn't have to
All
do that
right.
girl like that.
Let's talk about the couple that you ended up hating by the end that I thought was hilarious.
Which is Rhonda and
Rhonda and
Patty.
Pat.
Yes, both said yes
Pat
on decision day.
both said yes on decision day. Pat went in wanting to say no. He should have been 10 toes down on his no. He let Rhonda get him all hyped up. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think that at decision day, Rhonda knew that she was going to come out of there and
Hmm.
say no to him because Rhonda was a bitch. You can't live in my house. I want you to come spend time with my kids. Come talk to
Hmm.
my dead dad that you've never met in your life. Like, it was so much stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this Star stuff with you, but I don't like this.
Hmm.
Bring me coffee, and that's the only way I'm gonna watch it with you. Like,
Yeah.
my mom's husband died. You better come to this funeral, or else I got a like, ma'am. That's why he ain't married. He said he was tired of dealing with that, and then he got married, and you gave him exactly what he had. He ain't want that no more.
Yeah.
And she just was like, and like the minute he talked about himself, she was jumping all down his neck. I
Right.
was like, yo, she need to stay single.
I agree, and they was like really one of my favorite couples in the very beginning because their behavior and how they was really interacting with each other. They jumped in the pool, they wedding clothes on. They had a lot of fun in the very beginning, which I thought was cute considering how old they are. But over the course of the season, Rhonda showed her true colors and showed her ass, and I was like, listen, I understand why you old and single. Like, only thing you should be doing now is just waiting to go to the upper room. Like, please do not waste anybody's
And he
time.
kept reminding her that he want to be happy with the time he had left.
Right.
And she was making him miserable. You could tell.
Yeah.
He had got to a point where he was so withdrawn that he didn't even really want to talk.
Right. So, I mean,
So,
they should have been one couple that probably should have said no, at least a yes and a no. But because Pat should have just ran from Rhonda from the very get go because
ran for the hills, which cometh my help.
when
He
she
should have been out of
when she was
there.
like, "Do you have anything to say to my dead daddy?" I would have been like, "I'm out of here.
Right.
I'm out of
Like,
here." But it was unfortunately
Pat,
with them. But I mean, she was
I mean, it
crazy.
was
She
just
was loco.
crazy. Yeah, like that whole situation was a little bit, it was crazy. It was crazy. She showed her colors. So yeah. They was like, as it went on, I hated even watching scenes with them
Right.
cuz I was like, here she go crying again because she not getting her way. Here she go again being mean. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that. I was sick of watching Rhonda and Pat. I
Yeah.
felt bad for him.
So at the reunion, they revealed that they did separate. I mean, they did date, according to what I was reading. They did date for like, well, they stayed married for like 9 months after the fact.
He went on a
He
trip.
went on a solo trip and found himself.
Yeah. He went on a trip and realized I can't live the rest of my life like this.
Hey, shout out to him for going to find himself. If that's what it took, the solo trip to Europe to go find yourself, my man, I'm glad that you did that because Rhonda was not it. She was going
No.
to abuse you verbally, bro. Like she was already doing that
For the
all
rest of
season
his
long.
life. And then she had a nerve to say on the reunion show she wanted a man's man, someone who was decisive. It was like she just called him a bitch on national television.
Basically, she still was attacking the man. Exactly.
Yeah.
Still, like I
So
said,
that's what she
she's
get.
old. She don't need to be dating nobody. Okay, nobody.
Nobody.
Rhonda, please just wait to go to the upper room.
Seek help.
Please, okay. Seek help and wait. Sit in your little house that you want nobody else in, including your husband, and wait to
Right.
go to the upper room. Your day is coming. Because
Right.
that was
Not your day
ridiculous.
is coming. Oh my God.
You don't think she was that
Okay.
horrible of a person though?
I think she was just super rude. She was a super rude white woman. Like she had the stank attitude. Like,
She
uh,
was terrible. She was terrible. Like I said, I thought
terrible.
she was cool at first, but then as the show went on, I'm like, this lady is the devil. Like, no, no.
You devil, you.
She was a devil. Like seriously, like her mood swings
Yeah.
and you not moving in here.
But the thing
What,
is, not
ma'am?
only did she have mood swings, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with crying. But
Hmm.
every time I turned around, she was crying. I was like, oh my God.
She was attention, a lot of attention for him, but when he was just trying to relate to her situation and like say, "Hey, all right, well, this happened to me," he's like, "Well, why are you making it all about you?" Like, I'm just trying to relate to you, woman. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like,
Then it's like she said that he didn't listen.
yeah,
But as soon as he was listening and he stopped talking, then she was like, "But you're not even asking about me. You just told this man to listen." That
she.
was crazy.
If I was Pat, I would have been like, "Yo, I'm gonna listen to you, but you need to speed this story up by 3 times because you want me to listen to a whole 30-minute conversation that could really be about
Yeah.
5 minutes long if you speed it up, and then you wonder why I be
Mm-hmm.
losing attention and like halfway through the story. Can you just get to the point? Like,
Right.
what are we doing?
Right. So, all right. Enough of Rhonda and Pat. She's a devil. Okay. So
Facts.
the very last couple was unfortunate, but I saw the writing on the wall. And Chad and Belinda, right?
Both said
I
yes.
think that they both said yes. I think he really does want a wife. I think Chad has anxiety issues. It comes out. So before the reunion, Belinda was like red flag. This motherfucker got a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want like, and I think I said this before. Why on this earth would you sign up to be on Married at First Sight with production and cameras and all the other stuff and then
Mm,
get annoyed because production and the cameras are there?
right.
Like, sir, you signed up for this. You signed up for this. This is how you met this woman. Be happy that you met this woman on this show. He
Right.
all telling them to get out his face and don't talk to me, and then he making up stuff with Josh and Jalen, and it was just like super crazy. So like, and then it was like when she would call him on it, he didn't even want to talk about it.
Mm,
Then, right, she was saying how he didn't even want to come to bed and be intimate and all this other stuff. Then he wanted to blame the dog. Then she would be like, "Yeah, but you're sitting there with a drink in your hand, and it's not about the dog because." So, and he's trying to tell her, "Oh, I wind down differently." So,
mm.
when she said that in previous episodes before the leading up to the reunion show, I think I might have told you, Chad got a drinking problem. Belinda ain't for it, right?
Right.
And I think that was part of what happened in her previous marriage. So for her, like when you have those traumatic experiences and it start happening again, you like hell no. So she was giving him benefit of the doubt. He
Mm.
seems like a very sweet man, but he got anxiety problems, and it's just unfortunate that it came out with the show.
I mean, but you
And
did
he
you see her
probably is an
dog though?
alcoholic too.
Did you
That
see her
motherfucker
dog?
big.
That's like a horse.
Our dog is big.
Chad was like another favorite of mine until he started to show his true colors throughout the season, right? Like I thought he was
Yeah.
nice. I thought maybe like he was just like he really wanted to truly find love, and then he started to go
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy on me and started going crazy on production, going crazy on Belinda for no apparent reason. Like poor Belinda,
No reason.
I felt bad for her, but towards the end, the way Chad like portrayed himself is that he portrayed himself like very controlling and wanted to be in control
Yeah,
of the
he said he
situation.
wanted to be in control. He was a
Yeah,
true alpha man.
that's actually kind of scary a little bit, especially when you've been on like your fourth marriage. That was gonna be his fourth
Right.
marriage, so that's kind of
Yep.
scary because it never really was revealed why his other 3 marriages failed. But
Well, now we know.
I'm pretty sure that drinking and that alpha mentality had a little bit to do with it, my man.
Right.
So that was kind of
Yeah.
scary. So I'm glad that she was able to get out of that situation because when he was like, I like to be in control. I'm like, listen, run,
Right.
run,
R- for the
Run,
hills,
run.
from which cometh my help. Again,
When they say
get out of
stuff
there.
like that, and they say that in their first
When a
impression,
person shows you who they are, believe them.
you
You know what
gotta
I'm saying?
listen. At that point, Belinda was a stranger, or Chad was a stranger. Whatever you tell me in that point, I'm believing you. Like no matter what. Like,
Mhm.
why are you lying to a stranger? So why would I feel that you lying to me? I'm a complete stranger.
Right.
Why are you lying to me?
Right.
Everything that you say to me is gonna be gold. And then if you be like, "Oh, I'm
Well,
joking," no, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
right. So they both said yes on decision day,
Yes,
right? Then they get to the reunion. Chad looks super, super uncomfortable at the reunion. He ain't like the reunion either.
he
I
don't.
mean, truth be
He probably
told.
don't like cameras.
Yeah, he don't like cameras. So like they get to the reunion, so they separate, and it turns out he was still drinking like a fish, right? She said that it was several times he was asleep on the couch and she had to come take the glass out of his hand. And who's trying to deal with that? And then they had the whole situation where her dog was barking and the cat jumped up on him and scratched him. And even Chad went off on the rest of the cast members, and for Belinda, that was the breaking point when he went off on the rest of the cast members. So he really had to apologize to all of them. And it seems like, minus the cameras, when they're all just chilling, Chad is probably a cool dude. That's what it seems like. Like
Right.
all the dudes is like, yeah, I still talk to Chad, and they all still hang out. And I'm pretty sure an experience like this keeps everybody pretty much well rounded with each other. But I'm like, well, y'all might be cool with this dude, but on cameras,
Yeah.
he looked loco. Like he
Yeah.
looked real loco.
Now we know why Chad has been married 3, 4 times. Now we know
Yes,
because
100%.
he's an alpha male and he's controlling, which would kind of be
Yeah.
very troublesome for a woman like
Mhm.
Belinda. So
Right.
I'm glad that she
Mhm.
said that she ran and that they said no because that could have been crazy.
Like who trying to deal with that?
Yeah, like I like a good drink. Trust me, I do. But I'm not
Yes, you do.
drinking every single night. Like I don't like being in the house sober. Like what's the point of that? But I don't drink nightly. I only drink when I go on vacation. But that's not for me.
Yeah.
Not for
So,
me.
like I said, I don't know what he drinking, but she wasn't trying to hear it. I can't say that I blame her.
What type of job he got that he needs to come home and drink every night?
So I was gonna ask you that. Did you research Mr. Research Department? What do he do for a living
I
to
don't
cause
know.
it to be like that?
I don't know. I have no idea. But the most important question is we found out why he's been married so many times and he should never really go on another show at all. Maybe him and
Yeah.
Rhonda would match. Maybe they'd be okay together.
I doubt
Rhonda,
that.
Rhonda and Chad, two crazy
Chad might
people.
slap Rhonda upside her head or across her face.
Yeah. And I think Belinda is actually like an attractive woman for like her where she is in her life. And
Yeah.
Chad is just
And it was more upsetting for Jalen than Belinda, like how Chad treated her mom.
right.
Like that was upsetting. So I'm surprised she ain't like go off on old dude.
Yeah.
So
And you can kind of tell that this season was probably heavily edited because you didn't see Chad's crazy until like towards the end, but he probably was cutting
yeah.
up
Great
all
job
season
to the
long.
producers though.
Yeah.
Great job to the producers for that.
He probably was cutting up all season long. More than likely.
Well, we'll see.
But
Okay.
married at first sight, those are your decisions, and that is exactly what happened on the reunion. Everybody said yes on decision day, but nobody stayed together on the reunion, which is unfortunate.
And they already started putting out teasers for the next season, which is super fast in my opinion. Maybe that's why we didn't see Dr. Pepper on these episodes. Like, cause
Hmm.
did you notice that we didn't see Dr. Pepper the whole season until the decision day?
It was
Did you
either
notice?
that or maybe they switching her out. Maybe could I? Do you like
I
I?
no, Dr. Pepper been there since the very beginning.
I know, but I
Even
hear
even Pastor Cal
yeah.
came after her, and Dr. Pia is later.
But the biggest thing on social media with this show is do they need to switch up the experts? Do they need new experts? Because they feel like the experts that they have right now, Cal, Pia, Dr. Pepper, like they're
I
not
like
doing
Dr.
what they're supposed
Pia.
to do.
I think Pastor Cal is very no nonsense. Like he tell you what it is, either you stay or you don't. Cause
Hmm.
remember that season where they had
So you don't think it's the
Chris and
experts?
Paige? I don't think it's the experts. I think people get on there and they lie to themselves and they lie to everybody else.
I only like the other expert before Dr. Pia because she was fine as hell. Mm, mm,
Anyway,
we need her back.
so this is Married at First Sight.
I forgot her
Married at First
name.
Sight.
I may have to go follow her on IG, but
Okay, you do that.
we need her back. But Married at First Sight decision date and the reunion recap. That's the end of
Hmm.
season 19, Austin, Texas. They did tease a new season, which is going to be in Seattle. My only concern with Seattle is that Seattle is a very dark, dark place, and it rains there every single day. And it has a mentality of there's a lot of depressed people there in Seattle. However, if they're going to be depressed and miserable, that means there's going to be a lot of toxic and a lot of drama, and that's what I signed up for. Okay,
Okay.
I
All
can't
right.
wait. Can't wait.
All right.
Sims Unscripted, Married at First Sight edition. We'll catch you
All
guys
right.
in Seattle.
Peace.